So today we're going to learn WildWood Flower by the Carter family. I'm going to play the tune for you and then we'll go on looking at it in detail. And here it is, a little bit slower, and then I'm going to suggest that you rewind the video and just watch it back a few times and even see how you get on looking at the sheets, watching me play, and you might be able to learn some of it all on your own. So here it is, a little bit slower. Now, to learn this tune, I've broken it down into 5 short sections. And to begin with, we're just going to start looking at the notes, where they are on the guitar, and how they're played. And most importantly, just get the notes in the right order. Don't worry about the rhythm of the notes, whether they're fast or slow. You'll pick that up by ear as we go. So the first section here is E, F and G. Okay? And E and F, as you can see from the diagram, are next door neighbours. They're right next to each other, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. Okay? They're really close, they're not obeying social distancing rules at all. So that's E and F. And our 3rd note in this first bit is open G. So the open strings are really useful to learn on the guitar if you're beginning. Once you know the name of a string, you know what note it plays. So this is G, this is the 3rd string up, and then the next note on that string is going to be an A and then a B, and it can help you just map out bits of the guitar that you're using. So we just stop here for now, E, F, G. Okay, E and F next door neighbours, G, open string, all on its own. So there's E, F, G. Now the next bit of this tune is G, A and C. And G and A are not next door neighbours, and in fact most of the other pairs of notes on the guitar will be 2 frets apart from each other. So we have G on the open string, or 0, and then A on the 2nd fret. Okay, there's a gap in between. And the 3rd note in this section will be C. Now I've written in orange on the diagram purely because there's 2 C's in this tune, and it's easier to give them colours just to know which one I'm talking about really. We'll get on to the green C later on. So this section here, G, A and C. Okay, so far E, F, G, G, A, C. When you hear that little quicker movement there, you'll pick that up just by listening. Okay, so I said earlier that most notes on the guitar will be 2 frets apart, and our next section is a good example of that as well. We're going to the open D string, which is the 4th string because we count up, and then we go to E, which we've used already, and you'll see D and E, there's a gap again in between, so D, E, and then the next section would be F, E, D. And now we've done all of those notes already in this tune, so they should be in your mind and easy to remember where they are. So there we go. So far in WildWood Flower we have this. And so we're already at the last section. The last section involves B and C, which are neighbours as well. So they're next door to each other. And those are the only pairs of notes that are next door to each other, so E and F and B and C. Everything else is 2 frets apart, absolutely. So here's A, B will be here. But if this is B, C will be its next door neighbour. All over the guitar, all over musical instruments really. B and C and E and F will always be close. So before that, this last section we went E, D, which we've done, B, C. And that is all of WildWood Flower. Okay, so one tip for when you're learning this tune is to keep this finger on the C note, the orange C, and leave it there the whole time. You can play the whole tune with your finger just stuck there. We don't actually use open B in this song. I've marked it on there for a good reason, which I'll come to in a second. But if you play the tune like this with these two fingers, you'll be getting good exercise for them. And also, as you're getting more comfortable with the song, you can start strumming the bottom strings a little bit, just very casually. And you start accompanying yourself really on the guitar. And so holding this C note works as a drone over the melody. The other point with this tune to learn is that if you play through the notes starting from the low C, the orange or the green C, and you go through the alphabet like this, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then open B, and then the C, you're actually playing all the notes of the C major scale, which is used quite a lot in music. It's also a good exercise for learning guitar if you use 3 fingers. It's good to hear those notes, it's good to be able to move your fingers around them, and they just sound really nice. But more importantly, they'll be in lots and lots of tunes that you learn when you're beginning guitar. So that is WildWood Flower. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video.